Welcome to Tinkercad Models. I'm Jason, your host, and I do models and apparently electronics. What's up with that? We're back with the Make Electronics book from Chris Platt here. We are back on Experiment 11, Lights and Sound, because I have had that dumpster fire of the last video, and I burned out on it because I couldn't figure it out, and I kept troubleshooting, and I could not get the unit to blink and flash. This is the schematic diagram here. I will brighten this image up a little bit here. Hold on. Brighten that image up a little bit. So that is the diagram. It is built on this circuit here. We'll put 9 volts of power to it. We can do that now, I guess, and then I'll show you. Now, this circuit is supposed to flash, oscillate, and flash the LED on and off for about 1 second on, 1 second off. So, and I will plug in my power supply here like so, and I will put 9 volts to it. It flashes one time, and then that's the end of it. It draws 20 milliamps, and nothing happens. If I touch things, nothing happens. So it does not seem to work. So I was like, yeah, I screwed this up. It's not working. That's my fault. And I said that in the last video. I couldn't figure it out. My brain wasn't allowing me to function on camera. So I went back and I read this, and it states here in the book that apply power and the LED should flash for approximately 1 second on, 1 second off for approximately 1 second. Is that all nice for good? However, you need to understand how the circuit worked. So it flashed on, flashed off, and then we got to where we are now. It doesn't do anything else unless I immediately apply power to it. So to make sure that there was no issues with anything that I was doing, I drew up this schematic on iCircuit here. Let me put it on the screen so you can see the circuit diagram. I thought there was a stop on the circuit diagram. Oh, okay. Let's pull up the circuit diagram. So this is the circuit diagram, and as you can see, it just does this little thing right here, and it doesn't trigger the LED to flash or anything, and it is a exact copy from the book. So I was like, okay, so that's not the way to go either. So that doesn't give me the answers that the book states it gives me. So now let's look at Tinkercad here. Does Tinkercad work? So let's get this to fit on the screen. So let's bring up Tinkercad, because I drew it exactly like it is in the circuit. If I start the simulation, it flashes super dim, and that's the end of what it does. So it doesn't do anything after that. So let us go further and see what this says further on here to see what happens. Now it talks about if you had one transistor on and one transistor off in different snapshots here, talking about this here. So they go through step by step, and they have different snapshots of different moments of the circuit, and then it talks about how it starts, and it basically one of the transistors randomly turns on, and it turns on this transistor here, this 2N222 transistor here, which allows the LED to flash. So now then it talks about you can do the pulsing on and off but you need to, where is this at? So modified one additional resistor and capacitor at the bottom, making an RC network. So this right here, oh, I'm sorry. This right here is supposed to make it into an RC circuit, which is supposed to continually flash the LED. So, it talks about stuff from the first edition book, and then it gets into a larger circuit diagram with the speaker itself, and it talks about, you know, changing the speed of things and all that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to draw the rest of this up on Tinkercad so we can actually see if the circuit works in its final stages. We do get the light to blink on and off, but to get it to flash continuously on and off, we are having a slight issue with that. So I'm going to add this part here, this RC circuit. Since I have the schematic, I will do that in iCircuit. Let me pull up iCircuit. Make that iCircuit. So let me bring up iCircuit, and so basically we just need to copy this. Let's change it to 470 ohms or 70. Done, and then we'll copy it. Control C, Control V, and then we will delete this wire, and we will put this here like so, and then we will get a capacitor here, and we will make that non-polarized, and we will make it 220 to 20 microfarad, and we will put it here. So we need to connect some wires from here to here, here to here, here to here, here. And as you can see, it's still not doing anything. So this is adding of the RC circuit. It matches it. Now when you run the circuit, partial gently instead of... Oh, okay, so it's... I would have to stop this and make it go back on here. Can I stop it on here? No, apparently on the portable version of this, you can actually stop the simulation and start the simulation. So that's strange. Why can't I stop the simulation? What does that say? So I do 0, and then I do 9. See, if I immediately turn it off and turn it back on, it still doesn't flash this LED. It still doesn't flash the LED. So Yeah, so this, I mean, this is the weirdest circuit. I've never had issues. And in theory, with the power coming in, do I have this? Do I have the resistors in the right spot here? According, yeah. See, I have the resistors 4.7K. Oh, it's 470K. Oh, well, that might be an issue. Let's check. Let's change that to 470K. 470K. Okay, there we go. Now it is actually flashing. So that was a mistake on my part. I wonder if I put in 470s and not 470Ks on my system. So there it is with the RC circuit. So it does work. It does flash on and off with that. So that could very well be a mistake I made. So let me check on my resistors here. I have, okay, so it should be yellow, purple, yellow there, and I have yellow, purple, brown. So I have one resistor correct. So let me get another 470K resistor out of the package. So let me go back to this camera here, and let me get another 470K. See, this is where it comes in the troubleshooting the circuits. I totally realized and I did it again. I put the wrong resistor in when I actually built the circuits on Tinkercad and on iCircuit, and then it seems to need that resistor. So let's turn the power on. Can you see that? There it goes. Wow, see, there's what happened. I put a 470 ohm resistor instead of a 470K resistor. So now that we solved that problem, I looked over that circuit in the last video, and that's why I labeled that video the dumpster fire video. And it trolled me, and then I was just like, yeah, I'm done. And I spent, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I was just like, I didn't want to deal with this anymore. And it was the simple mistake of using the wrong resistor. And I didn't go back and check the resistor values. I assumed I put the right value in, and I didn't. So this is now fixed and now working. So, and I came into this video, this doesn't work. There's a mistake, and it was a mistake on my part. I put in the 470 ohm resistors instead of 470K because I just missed it in the book over here that it was 470K. So, I make mistakes like that. I don't take them out of the videos. It can happen. You can put the wrong resistor on it and think you put the right resistor. And that's exactly what happened. I thought I put the right resistor on. So now this is working. This is flashing. The transistors are, actually I can bring up iCircuit and you can see the different transistors flashing. So you can see how that one's on, this one's on, and then it flashes. And now it does that. When this one flashes, it powers this transistor over here, which allows this LED to flash. And that's basically how this circuit works. And it oscillates between the two transistors charging and discharging these capacitors here. So when you build these circuits, use the right resistors because, otherwise it's going to troll you really, really, really hard. So that is where we are at on this first part of this circuit. Now, what's next is for us, or we did the RC section in the iCircuit, so we're not going to worry about that there. So what I am going to do is I am going to get this set up here, which is just the adding of this speaker that is in replacement of the RC circuit in the LED. So this circuit is exactly the same as what is built on here. Instead, we are using a loudspeaker, so it would basically just pulse the speaker at a set sound and oscillate with the circuit as the light pulses. So I'm going to leave you guys to do that speaker part of it. I don't want to spoil all the experiments, but you can adjust the capacitors to change the time of the flashing LED. You can make it smoother at the RC circuit, and then you can also, when you set up your speaker, adjust the capacitors to work with different sounds. So try it at home, guys, and then we will be moving on to chapter 3, which is getting somewhat more serious, and we're talking about soldering, and we are actually in the that experiment was the last of our kit from here from ProTech Trader. This is experiment 1 through 11. We didn't use a lot of what's in here, but a lot of it is also going to need to be used along with kit 2, which will cover the next few experiments, and then there will be a kit 3 that covers more. And there's a lot of 555 timers coming up, and I'm pretty good with those. I enjoy working with 555 timers, and I'm going to be happy to share those with you. But going forward, I am going to not only build these circuits on the breadboard for you guys, but I am also going to draw the schematics in iCircuit and probably Tinkercad to see that I don't make any mistakes and I don't do what I did in this last video. So this is a quick addendum to the video that came out on this experiment that was labeled dumpster fire because I wrecked it. I couldn't think, and the reason I thought it didn't work was not because of a wrong value resistor. I thought it was something that I couldn't understand, but I understood the circuit completely. I just used the wrong resistor. So that's going to do it for this, guys. You can check out the links to social media, and you can support the channel on Patreon. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.